The night was quiet in the city, the kind of quiet that made you hear your own thoughts. A young man named Ayan, a self-made millionaire, had been away on a business trip that was supposed to last a week. But something inside him, maybe fate, maybe intuition, told him to return home a few days earlier. His heart longed for his mother, the only woman who had ever loved him unconditionally. She had sacrificed everything to raise him after his father passed away when he was just a child. Ayan's success was not his alone, it was the fruit of his mother's tears, sleepless nights, and countless sacrifices. As his car pulled up to the grand gates of his mansion, he smiled, imagining her warm hug and her trembling hands on his face, the way she always welcomed him no matter how late it was. He had no idea that within those walls, the woman he planned to marry, the one he thought would complete his mother's happiness, was about to shatter his world forever. Before I continue, if you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the power of love and respect, then please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Kindness Corner, and share it with someone who needs to be reminded of the beauty of compassion. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments, your support helps spread more stories that matter. As Ayan quietly unlocked the door and stepped inside, he noticed something strange. The house wasn't silent, faint noises drifted from the living room. They weren't the sounds of laughter, nor the comforting rhythm of a TV show his mother often watched. Instead, they were harsh, cutting sounds, like someone scolding angrily. He walked closer, his footsteps muffled by the thick carpet, and what he saw froze his blood. His elderly mother, frail and gentle, was clutching her shawl tightly, trembling as his fiancée, Zara, raised her foot and kicked her, muttering words filled with disgust. The shawl slipped from his mother's shoulder, and she winced in pain, trying to steady herself against the sofa. Ayan's heart pounded violently in his chest. For a moment, he couldn't breathe. His vision blurred as rage, sorrow, and disbelief collided inside him. The woman he loved, the woman he trusted to take care of his mother when he wasn't around, had turned into a monster before his eyes. He stepped forward, and Zara froze, her face draining of color when she saw him standing there. Ayan's eyes, usually calm and kind, burned with fire. He didn't raise his voice, he didn't need to. His silence spoke louder than 1,000 words. His mother tried to cover up, whispering softly that it was nothing, that maybe she had done something wrong, but Ayan knew better. His mother had always been the type to take blame to protect others, even if it meant swallowing her own pain. Zara, on the other hand, stammered excuses, painting herself as the victim, saying she was just teaching his mother to behave, that she had been disrespected. But in Ayan's heart, the truth was clear. Respect wasn't something you demanded from an elderly woman who had given everything for her son. Respect was something you gave freely, with humility, with gratitude. That night, Ayan didn't just see Zara's true face, he saw a reflection of the life he had almost trapped himself in. He realized he had been blinded by beauty, by charm, by the illusion of love. His mother's silent tears that night broke him more than any betrayal ever could. He gently helped her to her room, holding her hands with a care so tender it almost made her cry harder. When she begged him not to end his engagement over her, Ayan shook his head and whispered that no wealth, no marriage, no empire he built was worth more than her happiness and dignity. His decision was made. Zara's place in his life ended that very night. But the story didn't end there. The days that followed were hard. News spread quickly among friends, relatives, and even the media, because Ayan wasn't just another man, he was a millionaire whose every move was scrutinized. People questioned why he would break off an engagement with someone so perfect in society's eyes. They didn't know the truth, the pain behind the doors of his home, the bruises hidden under his mother's sleeves. Ayan didn't expose Zara publicly, not because she deserved mercy, but because he wanted to shield his mother from more humiliation. Instead, he focused on healing the bond that mattered most. He spent more time with his mother than he had in years, taking her on walks, cooking with her in the kitchen, listening to her stories he once ignored in his busy schedule. The mansion, once cold and echoing with emptiness, started to feel alive again. Zara, however, didn't fade quietly. She tried to manipulate her way back into Ayhan's life. She spread lies, claiming Ayhan's mother had driven a wedge between them out of jealousy, but those who truly knew him saw through her games. In the end, Zara's reputation crumbled on its own because you cannot build respect on cruelty. Meanwhile, Ayhan grew stronger. He realized that love wasn't about grand gestures or diamonds on a finger. Love was about patience, sacrifice, and protecting the ones who once protected you. Months later, Ayhan met someone who reminded him of what love was supposed to feel like: pure, gentle, and kind. She didn't dazzle with expensive clothes or fancy words, but with the way she listened to his mother, the way she held her hand and smiled with warmth. This time, Ayhan didn't rush. He watched, he waited, and he saw how consistently she treated his mother like her own. For Ayhan, that was the real test. And so, life slowly wove its way back into something beautiful. His mother, once frail from the shadows of mistreatment, began to glow with joy again. Ayhan understood more deeply than ever that true wealth wasn't measured by the millions in his account, but by the love and respect that surrounded him at home. He realized that sometimes fate interrupts our plans, like him coming home early that night, not to break us, but to save us from a path that would have destroyed everything that truly mattered. If this story touched your heart, please support Kindness Corner by liking this video, subscribing, and sharing it with friends and family. These stories are meant to remind us all of the importance of kindness, respect, and the courage to stand up for what's right. And before we end, I have a special request for you: drop a comment below sharing what this story meant to you. Your words could inspire someone else watching to choose kindness over cruelty, to honor their parents, or to walk away from toxic relationships. Let's make the comments a place of healing and strength. Because at the end of the day, wealth may build houses, but only kindness builds a home.